Alright, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody tuning in from around the world. Um, as you can see, as I scroll up the top here, I currently have $2.20 on my AlphaDraft account. Started with 25. Got down to 30 cents and I'm building my way back up. Now, this is a challenge. Some of you may be questioning why I'm doing the real struggle. But it's a challenge, and I wouldn't mind showing my Counter-Strike prowess and being able to pick players that are going to frag. Now, if you guys don't know what AlphaDraft is, it's a fantasy esport league. They do it for Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Dota, Smite, Hearthstone, etc. Now, there's a CSGO tournament on this evening. It's the Acer Predator Masters powered by Intel. It's the finals, so I'm assuming there was an online portion to the tournament, which I didn't pay any attention to, unfortunately. It starts tonight in a few hours. Now, it's going to be in Germany. The teams that are going to be there are Dignitas, eFrag, Hellraisers, Killerfish, Mousesports, Penta, SK, and TSM. So there's a pretty good contingent for the Germans and the Danish. It's $20,000 first prize, $10,000 second prize, third is 7, and I'm assuming the remaining teams get $3,000 because that's going to be either wrong or meant to be a 4. I don't know. Yeah, they're using the standard map pool, all this, that, and the other. Now, if we go to this one here, which HeadShiver.org put up, this is basically the viewer guide. Now, today, being July 30th for us here in Australia. These are my times here, but they will be playing these matches today. So you will be basing your predictions if you're going to do an Alpha Draft pick with us off of these matches only. Now, you can see, like, obviously the best team at this event is TSM. Then probably Mouse, Dignitas, Hellraisers, along those lines, and you're getting like SKs in the region as well. Dignitas, Hellraiser, SK probably the next few. eFrag, we've had some good results. Penta and Killerfish, obviously, home ground advantage. So just take a look at those. Me and Gomez are going to be picking teams. They're probably going to end up being quite similar. We have similar taste in players, but yes. All right. So here we go, I guess. You gonna do the free one, or are you just gonna enter a dollar bills one?
I'll do a free one, then I'll just duplicate it across
Alright,
some other games.
cool. Here we go. So for you guys watching, if you just head over to AlphaDraft and you make an account, you can enter this free league. This one here, you're able to win some money. Now, you're not going to win $50. You're going to win a portion of the 50, and then you can continue to bet your way up through the ranks, because they have, as you can see here, they have different ones of like different buy-ins, I guess, for each league. Like this one here is only 5 cents. There's one down the bottom here for 1 cent. So if you can start with the free one and you can get off to a good win, then you can build your way up and start making some money. Now, as you can see up here, it's obviously best of 3 matches because it's got three little things here. So you're basing your picks for players off of the best of 3s and the matchups that we talked about before. So what you do is you have you choose 6 players, and then you choose a team with this budget. Now, the thing you have to remember is when you choose the players, each player has a number under their name already. So Devices are number 5, Mals are number 2, KGB is number 3. Now, you want to try and put the corresponding players in the corresponding slots. You want to make sure you have at least one player. Like, you want to have one player 1, one player 2, one player 3, one player 4, one player 5. Then player 6 is kind of like a bonus player, and then you choose your team. The scoring system is here. If the players get 2 kills, they get +2 points. A death is -1. An assist is +1. 3K is +1. 4K +2. 5K +3. And then as the team selection, bomb plants are +1. Defusal is +2. Rounds 1 is +1. And rounds lost is -1. So in a best of 3, the team stuff usually will probably balance out unless it's like a 2-0 drubbing. But that's kind of what you need to keep in mind when you're making your selections. So Gomez and I will probably have a bit of a deliberation right now about what we think, and you guys can just listen in and copy our team if you want. We've been, other than the amount of money that I currently have here, we've been relatively successful. Because I started with 30 cents and now I'm up to 220, so I'm working my way up. But this is a free one, so you guys, anybody can enter this one. All right, Mog, what are we feeling? You looked through the player ones. Carrigan's not bad. Bad price for a player 1.
So straight up, I typed in TSM in the search thing, and I looked at their 5 players, and I just tried to get an idea of whether they're like highly priced or cheap. And straight away, Zipnix looks very cheap, 7,800. So I get my little notepad out and I write that down. Carrigan looks cheap, 8,200.
I think the others are probably out of the reach unless we get like good buys across the board for other players.
Yeah, so basically I just write down all of their amounts because these ones are going to be comparing against.
The Dignitas
Okay.
players are relatively expensive.
Yeah, so they're the 5 benchmark players. In an ideal world, I'd just pick all 5, and I just go with it because they're the best 5 players. They're going to win. But you can't get all 5 because you need 6 plus a team, and it's not enough money. So I then go back to HLTV and I look at the games, and I try and find another game that may not have such influential players but still should win. And the one that comes to mind is Mouse Sports versus Penta. So then I go and have a look at the Mouse Sports players, and I look at what they're worth. Now, next... actually, made a mistake.
Well, Carrigan and Zipniks were players 1 and 2, and then you've got Nex, who'd be a good buy for like a number 5 slot. But we need like probably a cheaper 3 and 4.
Looking at so I look at my number 1 spot. So you've got Dennis at 7,600 versus Carrigan at 8,200. Now, to me, I'm taking Carrigan. It's only an extra $500-$600.
Yep.
I think he's a better player, and I think they got an easier game. So
Yeah, because it's a Mouse will be playing Penta, right? Yeah, so they have like that whole home matchup thing going on there.
I still think Mouse will win, but I think TSM will definitely win. So
You would assume SK should beat Killer Fish. Like, this is the thing. Like, if there's a bargain in the SK team against Killer Fish, you could be looking at one of their players.
there is a bargain. It's Schneider at 5,000.
Oh, he's the Killer Fish player. Is he still playing for them?
Yeah, he's boot camping with them still.
That's
I
interesting.
assume.
Well, he's in their roster, so...
He is definitely boot camping with them because he told me he was at the same boot camp place as Hellraisers and Dignitas.
Oh, really?
So yes, he is. All of their players are cheap. They're all under 6,000.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not expecting them to win. You'd have to get a positive ratio over 3 maps or 2 maps.
SK is more expensive, so they're out. I'm pretty sure. And I'm not going anywhere near Dignitas or Hellraisers. That could go either way.
Yep. And you don't know who's going to show up for either team, really.
So I'm sticking with just a TSM Mouse Sports split.
Yep.
Unless I get to the bottom and I'm really low on cash.
Yep.
And then I might throw in somebody from Killerfish.
Well, I've whacked in Carrigan and Zippy as my 1 and 2 picks.
Well, how much is Zippy going for?
7,800.
I'm thinking about going Chris J as my number 2. He's 7,300. And I think he'll be just as good.
Actually, you've locked that one in there. That's a big call.
Okay, so now our number 3 players. So we've got Cajun at 94,000, or 9,400, I should say.
Well, here are the...
Versus Scott B at 7,000.
If you just type 3 in, you get all the 3s up, right? So you got Cajun B, Spitty, Angel, we're not going near. The problem is, you can only have 3 players from me. I guess if we can make the split work. Godby, being like the in-game leader that he is, he could have a good game, but he's probably not one going to get lots of multi-frags.
No, you're right. And to be honest, Fruce at 5,200 isn't possibly out of the question either.
No, it's a relatively, for the amount of money that he is. I'm doing it. I'm having faith.
Who are you going with?
Frizz.
I'm going to put in Gobby, and that'll be my swing card. Like, if I've got heaps of cash at the end, that's the person I'm changing, because I'm not overly happy with that. Okay, so player 4s.
Dupree's 8,600.
Yep. And Spitty is 8,300. Now, to me, I reckon they're very similar. So I'm just going to put Dupree in.
You put Dupree in, yeah.
Just going to see how it goes.
You could do Nex as your number 5 quite comfortably. What is he? 8,800. That's going to leave us with over 10k left for a player and the team.
Yep, true. I'm going to go with
Strux from Penta is a 5 pick. Kucha, KDN, MSL.
Nada.
Device, right? You could do Device as your number 5 pick, then put in a sleeper pick like Schneider as your number 6, and then you could still manage to get a team. You're still left with 4,900. You can still get any team. The most expensive team is 3,700.
I'm going to go with Nex.
I guess there's only so many frags to go around, but it is a best of 3, which means that there's a higher probability that people can frag well on, like you can have more people from the one team frag well over multiple maps. Because let's say Dupree and Carrigan have like a really sick first map, and then Device just goes fucking ham on the second. You still get a pretty good like crossover. You'd think Mouse should beat Penta, and Nex will be a good fragger. Hold on, yeah, maybe we'll go with that. What you said.
It just comes back to that Gobby pick. Like if you went first, you should have about 8k left for your last player.
So I've got $11,900 left, right,
Yep,
for
now,
player 6.
Pick your team straight away because it automatically puts it in the team slot.
Well, you just go TSM if you're looking at rounds won versus rounds lost, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Should leave me with 8.2.
Now just filter by like value and see who the best players you can get for 8.2.
Nobody.
We're going to be Zipniks.
Dosia. Like the safe bet would be Zipnix. That's what I might run with.
This is where I think I've gotten shit because I went Gobby instead of first. I've only got 6,400. So my best player is a Killian.
If you pick Schneider, he has to go positive, right, to have any worth, or not go hugely negative. I feel like he would not go hugely negative. I'm gonna go with what I was doing. I'm gonna go Device as my number 5, and then I'm gonna go. I've still got 7,000 for my last pick. I can pick. I'm having faith in old mate Schneider. It's randy as fuck, but I'm doing it. Alright guys, so this is the team that I've constructed. If you want to copy it, go nuts. Now, the way that these free contests win is usually their half will win. So like 1,000 people enter, and I think like a half of 1,000 is 500. So if you win, you win 10 cents. Now it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but you can see these other leagues. There's other leagues on the side here. Now you can see that there's one here for 5 cents. There's one right down the bottom here for 1 cent. Like if you play smart and you play the long game in this, you can eventually probably build up a bit of bank and be able to compete in the higher strung tournaments, or the leagues even. So I have, like I said,
Okay, I've gone something a bit weird. We'll see.
what have you picked?
I've gone Carrigan, Chris J, Gobby, Dupree, Nex, Achillean, TSM.
Who was your 4th?
My fourth is Dupree.
Okay, so we're pretty similar. I've just gone a bit different. I've put Schneider in there and Frizz.
Your Schneider and Frizz against my Gobby and Achillean.
Be interesting. Schneider's a pocket pick. Alright, so I'm going to enter, so with my 220, I may as well go all in. Like, I may as well find one it's like a $2 entry or at least a dollar entry minimum. And enter that and go for this one. First. A MOG. There's a tournament called Caller's Mini Tourney, right? Halfway down. It's a dollar entry, right? And this one here isn't like a half will win or anything along those lines. This one here is first place is $10. Seventh place is $1. There's 30 people that can enter. So this is one where we can make a bit of dollar, bit of bank. I'm going to enter this one. And then I might use another dollar of my whole $2.20 to enter another tournament where it's like half will win kind of thing. So I'm guaranteed to kind of just hang around in the top section.
I entered my team in 7 contests.
Jesus. Did you see that one that I was talking about with like the decent prize pool though?
Yeah, I entered that. So I'm in the triple up
The triple up?
for $5.
Shit, yeah. Oh, there's only 20 people in that one.
Yeah, I'm in Caller's Mini, the Mini times 4, the half will win, the 5 times quarter, the half will win, the quarter arcade, the time half, and the practice.
Yeah, see, that's why I really need to get a bit more money going on. I'll enter this one.
Up them up for what? $5, $10, $11, $12, about $13 all up to win 54.
Alright, so these are the tournaments here. Oh, we don't want any of those. These are the tournaments here that I've entered. I've entered the free one. I've entered the Callers Mini tournament. This one here, if I come like within the top 7 placings, I get a bit more coin back. And the half will win, which will get me like 80 cents on top of what I've entered with. If you guys want to get involved in this, all you just do is head over to AlphaDraft. You can make a free account and you can get involved with a free tournament here. There's we got 700 out of 1,000 people, so there's still 300 slots if you guys want to get involved in it quickly. But check it out; it's a bit of fun. It's a good way to maybe mess around with picking players and seeing which your favourite players are going to do well. But that was basically just a bit of AlphaDraft information for all you guys out there. I think we're done. I think that's about it for that. I'm going to click the stop recording button.